matchup, LW Blue, Misfits.
And welcome back to OGN Overwatch Apex Season 2, energized by HOT6. Guess what time it is, Achilleos? It is time. I'm not even going to let you answer. You're not even going to get to guess. I'm just going to tell you, Luxury Watch Blue on the screen right now. They're going to be taking on Misfits. Luxury Watch Blue, the team that won IEM Gungi. Misfits, the team that played together for the first time at IEM Gungi. Not a great start for those guys, but they've had some time to actually practice now. We'll give them a pass for that one, I think.
You're technically right and technically wrong. It was under the helm of LW Red that they did win IEM Gungi, but it was the same roster. So LW Purple, as we kind of named it.
I've casted with Monte Cristo long enough to know that being technically right is the best kind of right.
It is. It's also one of the most frustrating for the other person.
It
is. No, so this is going to be the roster that we did see at IEM Gyeonggi that took down Lunatic High in the 3-1 fashion.
Yeah.
After Lunatic High took down Misfits in a 3-0 fashion. But as we mentioned before we went to the break, Misfits, of course, had just had that major roster shuffle that went, the three-way. But they took the two players from Rogue, picking up Reinforce and Tavik. So that's going to be a big question is how much practice have these guys gotten? I imagine it's going to be a significant amount.
Hopefully a lot.
But again, we weren't sure how much Envy had gotten after playing a major, after the holidays and everything. So there's a lot of questions around that.
I want a Zebasai mask.
I love that picture. That is one of the best pictures.
That's upside down. Oh, Tavik. No. You don't know. Okay, what's the sign said? Hold on. I couldn't read it fast enough. And Flower, of course, you guys may know him as Nanohana, but he made a name for himself even before then in the Overwatch scene as a player named Flower on a team called Dizzy, I believe it was, or Dizziness. And then after that team broke up, changed his name to Nanohana, joined Luxury Watch, did awesome, and now has changed his name back again to Flower. We explained it before the last match, just kind of a thing Korean players do. They change their name a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Nanohana at IEM Gyeonggi was the standout player alongside Sebiolbi on LW Blue. And we get to see both of these guys today, and it's going to be one hell of a treat. And honestly, I kind of hope that down the line, as we get into playoffs and whatnot, that LW Blue versus Envious is a match that we get to see, because I would love to see Nanohana versus Harry Hook, Soldier versus Soldier. That would be one hell of a matchup to behold as a viewer. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to focus on this match here. I just want to see them play against each other at some point. But LW Blue have looked really strong with this roster, bringing Nanohana in. They left Pine behind actually on Red. I wasn't sure if they were going to bring him in as a substitute like they did for IEM, but they have left him behind on LW Red. But this looks like a roster that actually could very well be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world after their performance at IEM. I think that this is going to be a really tough game for Misfits, regardless of how much practice they've gotten in.
It should be a close one. And, it'd be funny if this ended up being the stompy one, but it should be close because Misfits, again, so much talent on that team that the results at IEM Gungi aside, you really have to kind of throw that one out, I think, because, again, the lack of practice, now they should have had a lot more. They should be much more cohesive. They've got so many good individually skilled players that you got to be able to make a good team out of that, right?
Yeah.
And on the other side, Luxury Watch Blue, like you said, so incredibly good. And it is a little bit sad that we don't get to see Pine on this roster, but he's a player that was a fantastic DPS player in the past, but has since seemed to kind of struggle to find an identity in this current meta. Not to say he couldn't come up again down the line when new patches come out, but right now it just doesn't seem like a great competitive situation for the guys. So they are leaving him behind this season, but I mean, you really can't feel so bad with Sebiolbi and Flower on the team, right?
Yeah, I mean, Sebiolbi is, what we really are going to look for him as we move forward into this series is likely going to be the Tracer and McCree, two things that he really played to a T. at IEM. Nanohana, of course, going to be that big soldier player. They do swap around here and there, but his soldier play is so clean, and there have been so many people trying to just basically dissect the way that he aims. He does these really minute flicks. He's constantly moving his target reticle, like just to try to predict motion of his enemies, and more often than not, he's able to predict it very well.
Well, he was known actually way back as one of the very best Widowmakers in Korea in the very early days of the game. There's a very famous Korean frag video, the first frag video in Overwatch that came out in the scene called Damage Over Time, I believe, and he has some incredible Widowmaker plays now, and I just linked it on Twitter again a couple days ago, because even though it was back in beta, and some of the stuff you see, you're like, well, you know, not impressive. Now, his plays in that video are still so awesome. You should definitely look it up. So, yeah, there's a chance, I think, that we could see him get an opportunity to play more Widowmaker as the season goes on, too. So they've got that threat. He's got the ability to do it, and I hope we get to see him take it out at some point in Apex Season 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite possible. Another one that we'll probably be seeing from him today.
Whoa.
Fine.
Hello.
Let's meet the team.
저는 LW 블루팀에서 서브 힐러를 맡고 있는 누나입니다. 저희 팀은 시즌 1 때 8강까지 갔었고 그 후에 리빌딩을 통해서 IEM 우승까지 하고 그 멤버 그대로 지금 에이펙스 시즌 2에 나오게 되었습니다. 굉장히 다들 호흡이 잘 맞는 것 같은 약간 그런 색깔이 좀 짙어요. 팀들을 분석하는 능력이나 전략을 짜는 거나 다른 팀보다 한 수 우위에 있다고 생각을 해서
기본기가 아주 탄탄한 팀이에요.
아, 그럼요.
연계가 무엇인지, 오도의 끝이 무엇인지 정말 완벽하게 보여줬어요.
저희가 승리를 할 때마다 반응들이 되게 좋은데 저희는 그런 거 보고 되게 뿌듯하거든요. 저희 경기 보고 경기력에 놀래주고 그런 거에 소소한 재미를 느껴주시면 한 발 나아가는 모습을 경기마다 보여드릴 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다. 저희 팀의 키플레이어는 나노하나예요. 나이도 제일 어린 반면에 실력은 세계 최고급이고 생각도 되게 깊어서 나노하나 선수가 주목받을 거라고 생각을 해요. 이번 시즌은 솔직히 저희가 최소 결승은 가지 않을까 생각을 하는데요. 저희 전체 멤버들이 다 캐릭터 폭이 넓어서 저희가 활용할 수 있는 전략이 굉장히 많기 때문에 저희는 어느 팀이 오든 이길 자신이 있습니다.
Well, there they are, Luxury Watch Blue, and man, I would say out of all the rosters coming into this tournament right now, this is the one that I'm probably the most excited about. People have talked about the Luxury Watch teams in Korea for a long time, almost since the beginning of Overwatch in Korea, and now I think they're finally going to hit their stride in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Nanohana with his frag video, but one of the other ones on LW Red, Pine, was one of the big premier players that we saw we had that show match in Busan at the launch of Overwatch, and he really showed off his Widowmaker prowess. But now he's going to be second challenger with LW Red, and we'll have this team here for us.
You know, right now, Flower, formerly known as Nanohana, is just a lot more, is a lot better, well-rounded player, I think, than Pine is at the moment.
Oh, for sure. I don't think you can really argue that.
I think he's a good choice. He's also, like they said in the video, the youngest player on the team, and so potentially, if he keep it up, has a long career ahead of him too.
Yeah, very well could. I was going to say, before we got interrupted by that pesky video, May likely going to be a very big pick for him when it comes to these control point maps.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep our eyes out on Flower for that pick, because he plays it very aggressively. Expect a lot of snipes with those right clicks.
That's right. So, will New Blue find success in match 2? That was not going to rhyme.
Trying to go for a wrap there.
Well, on that note, let's learn a bit about Misfits.
I'm Tvik, and I'm playing for Misfits, and I'm currently playing DPS. Currently, Misfits is currently placed 3rd in the world, and we are currently placed 1st in Europe. The new Misfits is just a full-out Swedish roster, because we thought that our communication would be so much better than it would be talking in English, not that English would be a problem. Just over like a month of time, we've been improving every single day. I think with like a little bit more time, I think we are gonna be like forced to be reckoned with. Every single member in the team is a really strong individual player. Aggressive type of playstyle, whereas it really promotes our individual skill is probably gonna be like our strongest point to show in our official matches. Our group is the group of death, where we already have LV Blue and Africa Freaks Red, and also Lunatic High. I think if we can manage to get out of our group, I think we're gonna have a really strong chance of actually like just taking all of it. It's just such a great opportunity to be able to come back again, even with a new roster and a new team. I hope I will be able to deliver as much joy as I already have for everyone. It's such a pleasure being able to have such great fans, and I just hope that you will be able to continue me in my journey and just continue supporting my team and myself.
And Misfits back to Korea as a team for the second time, their first time at IEM Gyeonggi. A short trip, an unsuccessful trip, but now they've got an entire Apex season to make up for it. And of course, like Tvik mentioned, him and Reinforce on that Rogue roster last season. They've already spent some time here. They know the drill. They know the booth well. And we'll see if these guys can get their first win.
Yeah, definitely want to start things off quite strongly. A win over LW Blue would be quite the statement here for Misfits. You heard Tvik say it himself. The team has been improving rapidly every single day, and they're going to need it with this group of death, as they put it, that they're in. Yeah. They get a rematch at some point against Lunatic High, who beat them at IEM Gyeonggi. Definitely going to want to find a win in that one, but they could start off here against LW Blue. That would be a really great way to kick things off for these guys.
We talked about it a little bit in the pregame, but man, Group B is just insane. Lunatic High, LW Blue, Africa Freaks Red, Misfits. This is easily the most stacked group in the tournament as we see it right now.
I mean, it's some of the best DPS players in the world all included in this group. I mean, Africa Freaks Red, you have a Toon coming out, wonderful Tracer player, as well as McCree. And Misfits, of course, you just have to look at Tvik. I mean, he's proved time and time again that he is one of the best.
Yeah. I am, just a quick note about Africa Freaks Red. I'm really excited to see them. Rumor has it they are the better of the Africa Freaks teams these days, which is hard to believe with Blue getting all the way to the finals last season.
I mean, honestly, Africa Freaks Red moving forward into the original qualifier for Apex was the favorite team to make it into Season 1. And it was a bit of an upset when Blue made it in. Everyone's like, oh, it's because of Arhan. But then Blue showed, especially in the final against Envious for Season 1, that they're really slow to adapt to the meta. And with a patch coming out tomorrow, that'll give them a little bit of time to prepare for their first game. But honestly, I think you have to be a little bit worried for Blue moving forward into Season 2. And it could just be time for Africa Freaks Red to take over.
I agree. I think it could be some roster swaps happening on both of those teams, too, that kind of influence things. But we'll see what happens in our later matches. They play next week, but right now, LW Blue versus Misfits. See what the first map is going to be. Of course, in our best of 5, how it works is OGN chooses which control map we play on first. Today it's going to be Ilios. After this, the loser gets to choose the next map out of a set that's available for each game.
Yep, and our tiebreaker, should we have one, will be a best of 1 on Oasis, randomly selected between Garden City Center and University. But kick things off, it will be Ilios, and just a reminder, this is a best of 3, not a best of 5.
Oasis reminds me of my favorite Oasis in video games, which was Desert Oasis, the map in StarCraft 2 way back when. You may not remember it, but those of you who do, I may have brought up some very painful memories, but I love that map.
Way back when in StarCraft 2?
Way back when. Yeah, I mean, it was like, I mean, the beta came out 7 years ago, you realize.
I guess it has been a little while, deceptively long time since that game's been out.
That's right. Well, this game hasn't been out very long yet, but it's awesome. Overwatch. Let's do it, guys. Match number 2, LW Blue versus Misfits. Let's get in the game. Welcome to Ilios. I'd love to take a vacation in Ilios, but not the parts where people are shooting at each other in.
Yeah, you want to avoid that.
Yeah.
That's why you also maybe don't want to take a vacation to Hollywood.
I'll camp out on the cliffs up there. You know? Just like pitch a tent up there,
little-
watch the action.
A little building right up on that little cliff face.
Yeah.
Watch everybody brutally massacring each other.
Watch Lucio knock people to their doom. We don't really know what happens to people on Ilios, though. I mean, when they go down the well, we know where they end up. But if they get knocked off the edge of the map, they might just land in the water and be fine.
Yeah.
You never know. The problem is the game is just too impatient to let us know. They're like, nope, time to respawn.
I wish that's how it worked.
What if it just turned into a fishing mini game where you had to catch a fish to get back into the action? I should never be a game designer, by the way.
No, you should.
Look at this, Zebasai on the Pharah already, starting things off for Misfits. Interesting comp bringing it in. They're going for the pharmacy, and we'll see how LW Blue responds. I think they're caught a bit off guard by this. Whoa, Zebasai, the wrecking ball right now.
It's cleaning house on LW Blue. Effectively an ace just about. Meko will lose his mech. And that's pretty much going to be it for LW Blue on their first push. Misfits will take the cap. Man, what a strong way to kick things off. 70% already for Zebasai.
Look at that, LW Blue already picking up the McCree and the Soldier 76. They know they need to swap things up to deal with this Pharah, and that's a good way to do it. So we'll see if they can have a little bit more success on their second push. Misfits just catching them totally off guard with this Pharah pick.
Yeah, but now you can see Flower is rotating over to that McCree, so he can take out Zebasai in the air. We'll find that nice kill with a right click. Then does take out Janice, but Flower just sniping the Pharah.
Yeah.
And that might just be a retake here for LW Blue pretty quickly. 35-ish% there from Misfits. They're not going to go down without a fight, looks like.
Manatin's falling in the end there, but it was a good start for Misfits. It was a clever strat to come out with, but LW Blue quick to respond. They respond appropriately. They get the point right back again. So we're in for a close one, I think.
It's definitely looking like Zebasai wasn't able to use that rocket barrage. Tavik has a Dragon Blade ready to go.
Yeah.
They almost have that reincarnate there. It's going to be the rocket barrage thrown down, but Zebasai gets sniped out. The flight comes through from Tavik. They take him out.
Mako, though, nano boost on that. Oh, did he knock? Oh, wow. He killed Nivix anyway, so it didn't really matter. Defense coming in pretty well for LW Blue. They lose a couple people, but it looks like they should be able to hold out. Sabe, he survived, stayed on somehow.
Well, it looks like he might have been able to reconnect onto the wall and keep himself up for a little bit longer, but it's not really going to be able to help contest this. He's doing his damnedest, but it's not going to be too much. Tavik popping that Dragon Blade, but immediately gets stunned up by Flower with that flashbang, takes him out. Back into the mech is Meko.
Hammer fanned.
And LW, they will hold firm as they push back Misfits yet again. 51% exceeding that of Misfits already. So they stopped at 39.
Yeah. Misfits swapping things out now to pick on the Genji. We have Zebasai, of course, over on the Diva. Reinforce has been playing with that Winston for a little bit, but now we'll see if the dive works out. Earthshatter does catch somebody. Janice manages to find someone. Such a great underrated Reinhardt player. Hits so many of those Earthshatters that you don't expect him to catch a lot of people with. Zabin now finds himself on his own, goes down. Oh, but goodbye, Janice. Reinhardt does not float.
No, he does not. Flower, he going low. There he is.
That
The
was
snipe
close,
coming
man.
through does take him out. Zebasai is able to help out. Misfits will find the recap.
Yeah.
Just about 80% built up there by LW, so Misfits are going to have to try to hold this one just about all the way to 100%.
Another good response, though. Misfits swapping things up, making it hard for Sibiolbi to stay alive on that Soldier 76. He's going to swap over to Roadhog now. Gets left after that hook. We'll see if the adaptation is going to be enough. Misfits using that sound barrier a little bit early. I think the fight hadn't quite developed yet. Oh boy.
Yeah, Dragon Blade coming through, dashing in, already finds a double kill. And multiple members of LW Blue going down. Looks like it's 4 in the end as they try to chase on the Gambler. Will be able to take him out.
Yeah.
And that will be Misfits backing up. They're about to tie the score. They can maintain this hold to be really strong for them, but don't have any ultimates available. And there's about to be 3 on the side of LW Blue, so they might be able to find a retake.
Yeah. And this has been a great round to watch. Just both teams responding very well to the compositions that the others are trying. And right now, Misfits in the lead, over 90% right now in the control percentage. Flower pops a Deadeye, doesn't find anyone with it, wants to get a little bit more out of that nano boost. Looks for some kills. Sibiolbi helps him take down Reinforce. Backs off though, didn't get as much out of that as I think he wanted to. With the bio grenade, gotta be a little bit careful there.
Still got 2 kills, and they're gonna be capping the point right now. Misfits trying to delay as best as they can, but it comes through in the overtime. So this will be LW Blue stacking up towards a 99% cap of their own. And Misfits, they're gonna have to give it their all to try to hold this one. Reinforce almost has the Primal Rage available. There is that Pulse Bomb and almost another Dragon Blade from Tavik, so they nearly have the tools necessary, but they have to get onto the point right now.
Yeah, Manton's trying to get back there with the Pulse Bomb. May find a good opportunity here. We're into overtime now. Both teams at 99% on our first point. And Misfits trying to just get some room, and they find it. Man, Reinforce with the ult at the end there, finally dying away. They've won the team fight though, it looks like, and as they avoid the self-destruct, they should be able to retake. And they will.
Yeah, that ought to be it there. The charge coming through from Janus, trying to get close, but he just can't do it. Misfits, really hard fought back and forth on both sides, but they will go ahead, take the first round on Ilias.
Yeah, that was a great round. I mean, if you want to watch a round and see teams respond to each other well, make good, educated hero choices, Reinforce pumped out of him about that one. He's like, yeah, I'm playing something other than Reinhardt now, yeah. But a great round. Really good round to watch. A good one to study, too, I think, if you want to look at responses to what your opponent's throwing at you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we saw, Flower immediately swapping over to that McCree so he can snipe out Zebasai on that Pharah. As soon as the Rocket Barrage came out, it forced him off of that.
King the God, Reinforce. Well, as
King
an English,
God.
I appreciate that sign as an esports caster, but if I were an English teacher, I may have an issue.
Probably. Oh, here we go. This is going to be a special treat. Tavik starting things off on Ruins. This Widowmaker.
Hidden in the bushes.
Yeah, trying to remain hidden as best as he can for the moment. Doesn't want them to know that he's here.
Wow. Spotted Gambler back there.
Doing a couple hits, but Reinforce, he goes down. Meko takes him out. Medicine is able to find Luna in the back line by the looks of things.
Wow, and Tavik just finding a shooting gallery here.
Yeah, nice
on
headshot on the Sibiobi.
Yeah, getting some damage done.
Versus the E out, but hasn't been able to find too many kills yet.
Zebasai starting out with that Pharah yet again.
He goes low,
It's
almost
like,
goes down.
The issue is that with the Widowmaker with the Pharah, you really can't get on the point and take it if you have anybody to deal with. So they got some picks, but I don't think they got all the picks they were looking for, and it's a struggle. LW Blue nearly taking it already.
Yeah, they almost have the cap of Misfits now pushing in. They want to try to hold this one, but they lose 3 members. And that will be the cap from LW Blue, getting the head start this time around. You can see Zebasai going to go ahead and try to peel back with Nevix in tow.
Yeah,
keep the pharmacy alive.
I wonder if we're going to see them make some changes because, like I said, you just don't have a lot of members of the team, a lot of heroes that can stand on the point and survive right now.
Yeah.
Maniton's on the Tracer. He's got that pulse bomb ready to go.
Oh,
He's going to use it. Ooh, takes on Flower. All right.
It's going to be a pretty crucial target. Rocket Barrage comes out. Zebasai is able to take out Meko, but they just kill each other in an exchange.
Yep.
Zave comes up with a double kill, taking out 2 tanks on the side of LW Blue. Nice play from the Lucio of Misfits. Takes out Luna as well. Triple kill coming in for Zave. Nicely done. And with those picks, Tavik, he's actually going to be able to push forward and get a stronger stance up on top of this pillar and start poking out LW Blue as they come from the respawn.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for. If you get those picks, suddenly you don't mind having a squishier here on the point because there's nobody there to try to kill him.
Gets a couple shots in, working down Sebiobi. LW Blue, they do have a good amount of ultimates, almost 6 really, that they could work with to try to recap this point. Misfits, see how they want to play this one. Graviton Surge up here from Meko. But Misfits, they're playing back. So you can't really find a good time to throw out the Graviton Surge yet.
Now Reinforce coming in, they're going to take down Zebasai fairly early here. Meko looking for an opportunity for that Graviton Surge. But Misfits kind of piling in. There's a res from Nevix. Now bringing a couple people back. Oh, but I don't think he can get over in time. Yeah, he can't save Reinforce. Zebasai going down again after that res. And Tavik, kind of the last man standing along with Zave here. LW Blue going to take the point.
Yeah, can't really rely on that Widowmaker to be the one that holds the point for you.
Not too much.
So Misfits, they do push it to about 49%, but LW, they're already about to exceed that.
All right,
Tavik still has not swapped off of this Widowmaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing decent damage throughout this, and he has been finding a few picks here and there, but yeah, I agree. I just don't think it's been as effective as I think Misfits wanted it to be. Nevix over on the Zenyatta now looking to add a little bit more forward damage in there. the stronger solo heal, and Zebasai swapping onto the Reaper, and they're going to roll right back in there and take the point again.
All right, nicely done. So Tavik, he did finally get a very crucial pick on the Flower, which denied the potential use of that tack visor. Flower does still have it available, but finally a crucial pick like that came through. So far, it's been a little bit rough, but looks like Misfits might be able to make use of this Widowmaker yet still. But the percentage, so even across the board between these teams.
And Flower, I mean, they're just having a hard time approaching the point right now. He's going to pop the tack visor, goes in, early kill on Zava right there. Keeps going, and man, this is a good play for Flower. Misfits only reinforced on the point right now, and he's not going to last too long. Looks like LW Blue is going to take this one back again. Not a lot of ults to work with defensively.
I mean, this is just a game of inches right now. It's just, recap, lose the point, recap, lose the point, back and forth, and eventually it's just going to hit this point where it's, okay, hey, now we're in overtime, and if we don't get this, that's going to be it. The Misfits, they have that sound barrier ready to go, not really close to too many other ultimates. If Nevix could get that Transcendence up, it might be crucial for Misfits to be able to retake, but already tied percentage coming through. Luna going to go ahead, throws out that nano boost onto Flower. Getting a bit of work done, but they go ahead, they lose Janus, they lose Luna. Misfits, they're firing back. They might just have the retake yet again.
Yeah, I think they probably will. Tavik now on this Genji, Mansion's on the Tracer, of course. And the Genji Zenyatta combo is a combo basically as old as Overwatch right now, and they're putting it to good use. So Sibyolbi keeping the point alive for a moment, but no, Misfits able to take it back. I like these changes. Just a lot of aggression. Sibyolbi, though, in the kill on that Tracer, and they're going to storm right back in again.
Yeah, finds Zave, the cap's coming through. It's going to be Misfits trying to buy as much time as they can. Reinforce loses the mech, will lose his life. Transcendence coming in. This is a true desperation. Nevix, he'll get taken out. The cap's there for LW, and now the onus is on Misfits to try to get in here and retake it.
Yeah, they're going to try to keep overtime going, but the self-destruct going to take out Manitins, and that's going to be Ruins going over to LW Blue.
Yep, nicely done there by LW. So far, the team that gets the first cap wins the match, or wins the round rather.
What do you know?
But I mean, this is just bloodthirsty play from both sides, though. I mean, relentlessly just swapping back and forth. Not so much like we saw from Envy, where it was, gains of 30, 40%. This is more like 15, 20%, and then they keep just swapping back.
Well, this is the kind of Overwatch that I really love watching, actually, where you've got these two teams that are, like you said, swapping a lot, really trying to be responsive to each other, and it shows you the beauty of hero swaps that exists in Overwatch. The adaptability that you can have over time in terms of composition, strategy. It's really, really fun to watch. So as we move on to Well, one of these two teams will win this point and win Ilios. It is just a best of 3 here in our best of 5 for the control maps. And once again, Zebasai back on that Pharah.
Yeah, seems to be a really comfortable spot for him, but getting chunked out by Meko. Hot on his heels. We'll get a couple heals coming through now as the Mercy rejoins him.
Yep.
But you can see this D.Va is just trying to stick to him like glue. Side going back in over top of the point, firing off with these rockets, trying to build up that ultimeter as fast as he possibly can.
Well, it really is Meko's job to chase down that D.Va from now on. Oh, there goes Manitins. LW Blue. Looks like they're going to take this one early.
I mean, this works both ways for LW because if Meko is chasing onto Zebasai, he's also simultaneously chasing onto Nevix because they have that pharmacy comp. So he's killing 2 birds with 1 stone, quite literally. In this circumstance, while Zebasai still does have that rocket barrage about to come up, if Nevix is dead, then there's no reincarnate coming through.
Yeah. Meko's dead. There's nobody to stop that barrage either. See what we can get. He's got it available now. Looking for an opportunity. Takes out Luna. Doesn't need to use it just yet. Misfits taking the point back again. Such a back and forth match.
Again, it's just a 20% swap. We get to 20%. Misfits signs the retake. And I'm sure LW, they're going to find their way back in here shortly and just keep the ball rolling on that. Pharmacy does have both of their ultimates available. Misfits are getting close to about 6.
The one thing I really love, too, is the adaptation to have Reinforce on this Winston, too, because he's able to do what Winston's always done great in Pharmacy comps, which is jump in and distract people so they can't shoot at Mercy or Pharah.
Yeah. He's jumping in. Flower's going to get that nano boost coming through, but they just all pile onto him. Zebasai does end up killing himself.
Yeah. That was an error there. Didn't see exactly what happened. There's a hook on the Sibyolbi, though. But Roadhog down the well.
Reinforced with a really nice smack, knocks him in, takes him out. And that might be Misfits actually holding on here.
Yeah.
LW doing their damnedest to try to take this point. They've lost minimal people. Looks like they might actually be able to find a retake. There we go. 55% gain for Misfits. And LW back over to them. Janice almost has that Earth Shatter. Meko with the self-destruct, but 3 ultimates here for Misfits. One of them being that Reincarnate, so they have a lot that they can play with. Could always just send in Tavik, use that Dragon Blade if he goes down, if multiple people die.
Oh, that was close.
Res them all back up.
Janice nearly getting knocked in the well.
Here we go.
Tavik going crazy on that Genji. Oh, but Meko, the one coming out ahead, 2 kills. Gets a couple DPS with that self-destruct. Zebasai still alive though for the moment, trying to find a kill. Sabiolbi, he's going to give it up and go back to the point. There's one on Meko. Looks like Misfits charging back forward. They're trying to retake this one. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit grim. You can see Benetton trying to buy some time, but gets taken out by Sabiolbi with the help of Gambler. And they will maintain a hold over this for now.
Yep.
Misfits burned out quite a bit, only have a pulse bomb really to work with at the moment. And Benetton's can line up a really crucial one, get multiple members. This could go in their favor. They could find themselves with a retake. They get rid of Janice, so no Reinhardt shield available.
Misfits, Zibasai using that rocket barrage, got one onto Luna. Flower though now on that Tracer, for a few more kills. Trying to find Nevix, he goes down, Maniton's helping out there. Meko just kind of hanging out, like you do when you're out of the Diva suit.
Where is my mech?
Yeah, it's gone.
Just will be trying to get it back, but Reinforced throwing out that self-destruct, not really going to find anything.
LW Blue, losing the point right as they hit 99%. Every single one of these rounds has been so close.
But I mean, Misfits, they have to hold this all the way to 100% now.
They don't really have the ult economy to do that, probably. Right now, LW Blue with an advantage there.
I mean, Menetons has to find, the stars-aligned pulse bomb, basically.
Yeah.
To try to find some success. Zebasai, really nice mid-air sniping, takes out Meko.
Oh, Diva, you're not supposed to be up there.
Yeah.
Not out of the suit, anyway.
Oh, but Sabe
somehow gets booped to death there, I would imagine. And Misfits could be in a bit of trouble if they don't get people back in time to defend this next push from LW Blue. Still 10% to go.
They'll be wrapping around the backside. Throws at the hook. Doesn't find Tavik though.
Yep.
It's a little bit of damage in. Has that whole hog ready to go.
Oh man.
See Tavik with the Dragon Blade. Gets the Nano Boost out as well. But the huge charge coming in will lock him up. He's still alive for the time being. Gets a big burst of heal coming through.
He lived.
Miraculously stays alive. 99% on the clock. We're into overtime, Doa.
No kidding, man. OT 99% to 99%. Sabiolbi with the kill on the Nevix. That could be crucial as LW Blue tries to take it back. They've got the sound barrier to do that with. Flower gets the kill onto Reinforced, who's swapped over to the Diva now. And there's the pulse bomb. Zebasai goes down. LW Blue, if they can take it back, they may have it. They're going to reclaim the point. Oh, maybe not.
Big finds that deflect kill onto Flower. They almost have the cap. There it goes through for LW Blue. Now they just need to hold on to it and kick Misfits out. They're desperately trying to pile in as best as they can. They boot out Zave. They take him out. And now it's on Reinforced. Throws out the self-destruct, but he doesn't find anyone. Zebasai can't make it in time. And that will be LW Blue coming up with a map 1 win. Ruins and Well going over to them.
Wow. So, just like match number 1, the global team falling to the Korean team in our control match. So now it falls to Misfits to try to get the win, just like ENVIOUS was able to do in our first match here, but a rough start for them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw ENVIOUS move over to King's Row from here. We'll see where Misfits wants to go as we move into the next set of maps, but
that was a great control map, though, and I don't often say that about control map. That one really was a pleasure to watch.
I mean, a lot of people complain about Ilios, but I don't think you can complain about either of the Ilios sets that we've seen today. They've been really hard fought by both sides.
I think in our last match, too, LW Blue and Misfits did play both quite well on all the rounds. It came down to a lot of individual plays. And Reinforced with the play of the game. I would imagine this is probably going to be a big knockoff. We will see. Maybe he'll just hang out, though. Yep, goodbye, Luna.
There goes Luna.
Oh, boy.
See you later.
Wow. That was a fun one.
But Reinforced only knows how to play Reinhardt.
Yeah, that's right. So, unfortunately, it doesn't count. Well, we'll see what Misfits picks for our second map. And in all seriousness, it is cool to see Reinforced expanding more in this hero pool.
For sure. And I mean, that was one of the biggest causes for concern that we had actually at IEM. And again, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Limited practice time, but we saw Reinforced play nothing but the Reinhardt, I believe at IAM Gyeonggi. So, you know, it was that the kind of thing where it's like, you know, you're coming in onto a new team. You need to be able to play more than just this one hero.
Sure.
It's really hard to get away with that. You see Breck almost managed it in their set, just spamming nothing but Reinhardt. He is still a very crucial hero, fits into pretty much every team comp that you could run, but having that diversity, you know, the flexibility, that's what makes a good team.
Yep. Looks like there's an issues with Flower's mouse, and
he definitely needs that to play.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of needs a mouse to play Overwatch.
One of the more essential things.
I tried playing it on a trackpad out of desperation once, and that was a bad idea. It did not go well. I apologize to my team. It wasn't ranked. It was just quick play. Don't worry.
How could you have been so desperate to play Overwatch?
My mouse wasn't working, and I had to play.
I would get it if it was like, if I don't play this, I'm going to start decaying.
I was at an event. I was at the hotel. Nothing else to do. I'm like, I got to try. Not work.
Bless your little heart, though.
I know. I tried so hard. I didn't get very far, and it didn't matter either. So.
That didn't, yeah.
Not even a Linkin Park song can save me now. Well, it's bars. We have these once in a while. Hopefully they'll get the mouse issue taken care of before too long. Now other people are having mouse issues. First they were working on Flower, now they're working on Subilby. If your DPS is having mouse issues, that's that is a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Fortunately, they won the map, so you know, you couldn't blame a loss on their mouse issues, but definitely want to just get that squared away and move back into the games.
Meanwhile, Tvik and the rest of Misfits trying to regroup. Remember, they do get map choice out of the second round options, which is Eichenwald, Hollywood, and Ibani. So we'll see which one they decide to go with.
Be interested to see Eichenwald.
Yeah,
Saw a good amount of it during the promotion tournament.
We do see it sometimes. We saw a lot of it last season too. Seems like a lot of teams prefer to choose Hollywood these days, but we'll see. It's a very blue
doing
mouse.
some final tests here, but might have everything squared away finally. Or we're just testing everybody's mice at this point. Let's go down the line. Make sure that everybody's is functioning properly.
I've got a mouse here for my laptop. They should come test it too. It's working fine, but just in case.
I need them to come test my brand new Death Adder Overwatch edition.
Wow, product placement. Mako did a great job on that Diva last round, chasing down Zebasai, really making it hard for the pharmacy combo to get off the ground. No pun intended. You looked at me right that I really did not mean that. Honestly, nobody believes me.
Somehow I don't trust you on that one.
You
should. All right, looks like we have our technical difficulties taken care of, so we will be moving on. That second map,
Hollywood.
and as you predicted, it is going to be Hollywood.
Yeah, all right. Well, Ilios into Hollywood. And we will see if Misfits can tie up this series the same way Envious did in our first round of the day. But LW Blue really starting out strong here in our second best of 5.
Yeah, I want to see what kind of approach these teams are going to take. We saw Envious have a really aggressive push onto point A. I want to see if they're going to try to match that or if they're going to be a bit more cautious, I guess, in their approach of the first point. Try to poke out, get some picks, and then move in.
That's right. So it is time, guys. Let's go to Hollywood and see who takes map 2. Welcome to Hollywood. You know, do you really need an extra tire for your off-road floating vehicle? I mean, isn't the whole point that it's floating, so going off-road really wouldn't be that hard anymore?
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like they have some kind of propulsion going on out of the tires, so maybe if that breaks, you have to attach a new one.
That's a good point. Maybe you can just, or the one on the back can also provide more thrust. You can just go straight up the sides of cliffs. That's real off-roading.
Not everything in this game has to make sense, though.
Yes, it does. Everything needs to make sense in Overwatch.
A sleep dart functions exactly the same on a mech suit as it does on a human being. So
well, it introduces little nanobots that either put biological stuff to sleep or infiltrate robot circuitry. I've asked the same question, but I've since found the answer. And Gambler, as you can see on the Symmetra, putting the turrets in relatively the same place that we saw Internet Hulk use.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes for him. Hulk got just shy of 30% on the first push here with all of these turrets.
Very crafty turret location.
Yeah, but it was way too late for them to actually make use of that shield generator. And he had to swap off. So we'll see how Gambler is going to fare as he moves forward. Throws out that right click. Gets a little bit of damage in. He'll clear out those first round of turrets.
All right, Tavik sticking with the Hanzo, too. Pretty cool to see the siege coming in. You gotta watch out. 33% already for Gambler off those early turrets. Just a great way to build that ult charge. Reinforce gets stopped as he charges in. Manatin's now on the Roadhog.
Good shield coming out from Zeba's side to keep him alive. His right click hold back up to keep himself alive.
Going with that triple tank.
Big trying to poke out from security, gets a bit of damage in here on a couple different people, but so far, nothing concrete. Just gonna be trying to build up that Dragon Strike.
Tavik just doing a lot of damage, and yeah, like you said, it's all about building that Dragon Strike. They're going for that big combo. And Gambler already has 6 built up. Is he actually gonna put up there? Oh my god, that is so cool.
Seems a little bit risky given that there's a Hanzo.
I wonder if it's a little bit too close to the edge.
And there we go.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And
all
goodbye.
Right. Well,
oh wait. Now goodbye.
Yeah, that was cute, but
Tavik is
like,
unimpressed.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you should definitely put that one behind the wall. Manatin gets hooked in, gets taken low. He's able to get the E off in time, but here comes Flower, has that nano boost now with attack visor to boot.
Yeah.
He'll be melting through multiple members of Misfits. You can see just finding multi kills.
Tavik.
Oh.
Gets 2 of them in. Uh-oh. Diva walking in place is not a good thing. What? Is it patch time?
I think.
No, I'm just joking.
That would be.
I'm joking, guys.
That would be mildly terrible.
Well, it appears that the world has ended. And I would imagine we're going to have to redo this one. I can't. I don't think anybody stayed in that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure what has occurred.
Yeah, and that was at that moment. Things were still fairly even, going a little bit in Misfits' favor, though. Reinforce obviously not happy with that one. I mean, how could you be? But
yeah, I mean, they basically
rough,
had just gotten close to an ace on LW.
Yeah.
And more than likely would have had a push. Not sure what just happened. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything just shut down, basically. That did not look good. Did not look promising. But we will see what happens. We're going to wait for an update. And until then, you're just going to chill with us, and that's just how it's going to be?
Yep.
Yeah. So, welcome to Apex, Achilleos.
It's good to be here.
We got to pause. Looks like they're back in the lobby already, just checking out the screen. So, hopefully we can just get in there, restart this. Kind of unfortunate to say the least that we have to restart this one, but it is what it is. We be esports.
Yep. Things happen.
Yep.
Sometimes bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, what did we learn in that first initial round on Hollywood, Achilleos?
Never put your shield generator on top of the elevator.
Bingo. I was just going to say, I think that is exactly the main point to take out of that one.
It's got such a large radius, doesn't require line of sight. Just put it behind the door.
It is a sneaky place to put it. And the thing is Hollywood is kind of a tough map to place your shield generator or teleporter on because there's a lot of ways for DPS like Genji, Tracer, Reaper even sometimes to get around the back lines and track it down. There's not a ton of places you can hide it. So you do have to try to get creative with Symmetra and Hollywood. But, you know, interesting place to put it. I think a lot of other people would miss that, but Tavik not phased for a moment.
Honestly, I think a place that a lot of people wouldn't check. Maybe not in a pro match, but you know, maybe this is a tip for your solo queue games. I think a place that a lot of people wouldn't check on attack is actually right in front of attack spawn point 2. in those doors in the very back of the point. Not many people go there unless you happen to get kind of like bumped back by like a Winston or something.
That was always a traditional place to put the teleporter back in beta and early on. So yeah, I mean that's been a good place to put it for a long time.
But I think these days, you know, with the shield generator really taking over, you know, for the placement as far, you know, over the teleporter, it's not really used as much.
Yeah.
Since it doesn't require line of sight, most people think that you're going to hide it behind the door, or at least
Sure.
inside the building. But looks like we did go ahead to have a full remake, which is unfortunate.
That's a bummer. But
looks like we're not going to have too much different to start things off. Everybody's pretty much going to be starting the same.
Yeah, is what it is. So, but just going back to what you're talking about, though, you know, now that the shield generator and the teleporter have more health, they have shields, it is even easier to actually put it there and keep it safer, because it's hard for the enemy team to get back there and deal with it unless they have like maybe a Pharah that gets above everything and doesn't get killed. But you know, I wonder, because that's a place where, like I said, people were putting it for a long time and then they stopped. You could probably sneak it in there again. But we see teams put it all over the place. We see some pro teams put it in the cafe, sometimes on the second floor of the cafe. Hollywood's got a lot of experimentation to do with it yet, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely
here we go again.
A bold placement by Gambler. See, Misfits actually going to be wrapping around the right-hand side, so we'll be dodging out the majority of those turrets. And they're not even going to destroy them, which means that Gambler can't place more. Won't really be benefiting from it, at least. So.
Yeah, well, he gets 25% ult charge that time. Not quite as good as before, but it still works out. Still gets what he needs. I think the average is about mid-20s generally when you do that.
Yep. Well, having deja vu.
Yep.
Just sitting in security room, trying to poke out as best as he can. Up to about 50% on that ultimate so far.
Yeah. This time, though, Gambler building that ult charge much slower at this point, and Misfits going to try to capitalize. They're moving in now.
They're pushing up, almost break the shield from Janice.
Yeah.
So good poke coming out from Misfits on this attack. Oh, Tavik gets hooked in by Yolby, takes him out. The sleep dart not coming in soon enough to help find the return kill.
Yeah, and Reinforce having to back away. They got hit by that Bida grenade. Misfits gonna have to reset here. Gambler getting even closer now to that shield generator / teleporter.
Yep, and Flower almost has that tac visor available.
Yeah.
He jumps up 10% right there. 86, so a couple more headshots. He'll be good to go. Could see that nano boost coming back out for him yet again.
Yep.
Tavik almost has the ultimate.
All right, nano boost used. Tavik gonna go ahead and fire that Dragon Strike. Where's he gonna put it? Oh, not anywhere quite yet. They decide to abort that push for the moment. Maybe. All right, Janice does go down. That's a Reinhardt out of the way. Gambler takes out Zebasai, and it looks like he got the shield generator up in time. Where did he put it, though? That's the question here.
I can't see it quite yet, but Tavik was actually waiting for Zebasai to get the Graviton Surge off, but he died before he could do it, so this has to hold on to that Dragon Strike.
Oh,
Reinforce. Be a big Earth Shatter. Reinforce turning back around, making sure he doesn't get popped by that self-destruct, but it doesn't matter. Flower is able to take him out. Zebasai pushing forward, going to be looking for a place to drop that Graviton Surge, but just can't find it yet.
Yeah, well, they've still got the Dragon Strike, so he can save that Graviton Surge. They've got another push they can try this with. It's got to be frustrating, though. We've got a minute 30 to go here on point A.
There's actually a really good interrupt there by Manatan. Sebiobi started channeling the whole hog, but the immediate hook came out, so I'll get that refund. It's about 70%, so he can build it up fairly quickly, but definitely still a bit subpar for him.
All right, going over the top. Gonna go ahead and drop the Graviton Surge, and there it is. Dragon Strike being used almost immediately. Looking for some kills. They don't really get him. The Graviton Surge not coming through like they hoped it would. And now Flower pops attack visor, fighting back in LW Blue, holding this point for the moment. And Achilleos, as we see this fight end, you mentioned a good place to put the shield generator was back in that corner, and I think that's exactly where Gambler put it too.
We'll have
it's a good spot.
Yeah, we'll have to see it.
No, I saw the silhouette. It's back there.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's a good spot.
My what I thought was a nonsense prediction.
It's hard to get.
Yeah, it's right behind. It's right behind the crates, actually, by the look of it.
I think it's actually down in that little lower area.
Yeah,
the crates would be
a little bit hard to tell by the silhouette.
You wouldn't want to put it right behind the crates, I think. But it is good where it is. Vidic almost has another Dragon Strike build. Oh, but Flower takes it down. with the Helix Rocket combo. That right click doing work, and they're going to chase Misfits away again. And Misfits,
oh dear.
Oh man, this is tragic.
Yeah, this is really rough. 15 seconds left. They're getting fully just shoved back. I think LW might just have this one in the bag. There's really nobody from Misfits that can sprint back to the point.
This is what happens when you get the shield generator up and have all those extra shields to work with.
Yeah, Tvik doesn't even really get to use that Dragon Strike. Actually, well, they do manage to make it in here in time. Reinforced blocking off.
Right.
The shield.
See if it
Dragon
works
Strike comes
out.
through. He's able to get Sabiobi. Misfits holding on for dear life as best as they possibly can. Manitens is here with his Tracer, full HP, could buy enough time to keep this alive.
Blue.
Misfits, they're pushing it, they're starting the cap, they almost wiped LW Blue. Misfits, I thought they were done for. Looks like they actually managed to get the cap. Can LW get back to contest this? I think they're just gonna give it up.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, you see this so much. LW Blue just getting a little bit complacent, and Misfits finally putting together the fight they were looking for. They got the combos, a couple picks are on the outside, and that payload is moving.
Man, well done by Misfits. Looked like they had no chance in hell of making it back to the point, but they still managed to do so. 2 minutes on the clock for them, not much time to work with.
That's still rough, man. I mean, they still capped point A in overtime.
But, I mean, just got to keep the ball rolling, move up as much as they possibly can, if not make it to that second checkpoint. They do have 2 ultimates available to them. Tvik still, yet again, sticking with this Hanzo, trying to build up towards another Dragon Strike. Yep, 80%, so we will have it pretty soon. Zebasai will take out Janus, has a Graviton Surge available. Does he want to toss it out?
Well, Janus going down on that Reinhardt is the go button for Misfits to push ahead. No shield means LW Blue has to fall back. And Misfits pushing pretty well.
Yeah, this is going considerably better than their cap over point A. Dragon Strike ready. We'll see when Tvik wants to throw that one out. Likely wants to combo it yet again with that Graviton Surge. So it's onus is on Zebasai to find a very crucial time to use that ultimate.
Yep.
So you don't want to find just 1 or 2 people. You want the whole team together.
Well, we'll see. LW Blue looks like they're going to wait for it. Get the team regrouped to try for one last defense here.
Yeah, they didn't have any other healers, so they have to wait. It's just a large push coming through.
Well, Zebasai was ready. How many did he catch in the Graviton Surge? Looks like Janus was the only one. Zebasai gets another one, though. Tvik getting chased off the top. That's not going to work out. Mako with the easy kill on that Hanzo. Down onto the point right now. Reinforced gets the Zarya shield. Can he stay alive? Mako out of the shield. Goes down. Zebasai with another one. And Misfits fighting back. They are going to take point B.
Yeah, Zebasai's been playing a beautiful Zarya so far. Sabiobi getting that sleep dart connection from Nevix to take him out. That's going to be a massive stagger on the respawn for that Roadhog. LW Blue do have a couple ultimates to try to hold this. This is where things could get difficult for Misfits as they move up into this final choke point.
Flower over to the McCree now. Looking to make some picks. Oh, but speaking of picks, what an Earth Shatter coming in, but not a ton of follow-up, I guess.
Yeah, good sleep dart in on the reinforce, making sure that he couldn't charge in and guarantee a kill.
Well,
but Misfits, they're still sweeping through LW.
Yeah, not a lot of initial follow-up, but they do manage to win the fight pretty handily after that ends, and they are rolling forward. Perhaps 3 points anyway. It's looking pretty tragic there on point A, but they've brought it back big time. Sabiobi misses the hook, but he's got that whole hog. But he gets hooked! Taking him right out of the ult, and Misfits with enough ults to push this. They're going to back off for the moment. LW Blue building up some of their own. They nearly have that nano boost onto Luna too.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Meko was able to pick up a double kill with his self-destruct. You can see LW, they just had a bunch of ultimates. They had to commit a couple there. I mean, Sabiobi's being interrupted, using that self-destruct. They still have 3, almost 4 as Flowers getting ready to have that Deadeye. Yeah. But they basically are going to have to commit everything every time Misfits tries to push up.
All right, here we go. Zebasai coming in. Doesn't want that Graviton Surge to get blocked. He's going to run behind the D.Va and drop it. There's a Pulse Bomb. Soundbarrier comes down in time, but Misfits still getting the kills. Flower with 2, though, on that. McCree comes in with a flashbang, trying to turn around. He flies for a moment. Comes back down to earth and gets the kills he needs. That's 3 for Flower in that fight.
Nicely done getting that final shot on the Nevix. 4. And LW Blue, 10 seconds left. Can they hold this? Misfits. It was looking grim for them on point A. Can they make it happen yet again? Reinforce is pretty much going to have to charge up to get onto this payload.
They just need to get there 2-1, and Misfits, they get in there just in time. It is overtime now.
Reinforce
flailing away in the back lines. He's got the Earth Shatter, looking for a chance to drop it. He drops it, doesn't drop the Reinhardt though. Zebasai with a kill onto Flower. That's crucial though, but the respawns are coming in fast.
Yeah, Charge not able to find anybody. Menatense is down, trying to get back up and Reinforce. He's going to get lost as well. LW Blue looks like they might have a hold on this one. Zebasai getting pushed back. Big Reinhardt shield just keeping them staved off as best as possible, keeping himself healthy. Janus, 75%. If he can get a couple swings in with a hammer, but have an Earth Shatter of his own. Tavik goes in, throws out the bomb, but it's not enough. Can't find it.
Wow.
And that will be the hold coming in on point 3, right in front of the final checkpoint by Luxury Watch Blue.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the point where in order for Luxury Watch Blue to win by pushing, you know, they basically have to get 3 points. They more or less have to complete Hollywood on offense. So not a bad run for Misfits, not quite what they wanted. And, you know, not a lot of time coming out of point A as they maybe would have hoped for, but they got it most of the way.
Yep, nicely done. Again, I kind of wrote off Misfits a bit too early there on point A, and they really did surprise with how far they were able to get that payload pushed.
Yeah.
But now LW have to look to go the whole 9 yards, take this all the way into that third and final checkpoint.
I mean, you didn't get the robot executive to his parking space, but you got him far enough. He should be able to walk from there. Right?
I mean, he can't really complain. He already complains a lot, so I don't think he can complain much more about this.
He could probably complain, but people shouldn't complain. Those Omnics, man, always complaining.
He didn't park perfectly within the lines.
Horrible. You know, that sounds like something a robot would get bothered by, though. I can see that. All right. Maybe we're judging this movie exec too harshly.
I mean, why does he even need to be driven? He's a robot. It's not like he's going to get tired from walking.
Could run out of fuel or energy. I mean, he's got to have some sort of power source, right? Those don't last forever.
We haven't really... Now, I guess that really hasn't been covered. What are the Omnics, what are they powered by?
Probably nuclear power. Make like a little nuclear cell that lasts for like 100 years.
Could be.
Why not, you know?
Maybe in the Overwatch universe they finally were able to find and harness dark matter.
Yep.
Or antimatter.
But no matter what they do, the Sega Game Gear still only lasts for 15 minutes. You gotta plug that thing in, man. Game Gear. Did you ever even play Game Gear?
Yeah.
You're a young one.
Oh, yeah, we had Game Gear when I was young.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, good. Game Gear was great, but it sucked batteries like Dracula wished he could suck. Misfits on defense.
Blood. Of course. Finish that sentence.
Blood. Luna on the Zenyatta. I like it. What? That's how I would have finished it.
Anyway.
Oh, what do you want from me?
I don't know.
That's what vampires do. Sabilby on the Tracer backing off. Marmenko with the early kills. Misfits on the back foot already. Reinforce misses the pin. Or did he? It doesn't matter. He's down anyway. Sabilby with another kill. And man, Sabilby on Tracer is just one of those things that people learn to fear in Overwatch, and this is why.
I told you, this is one of the dirtiest Tracer players that we've seen. I mean, between, you know, in Korea, I'd have to say, like, probably two of the best Tracer players that we've seen, Sabilby, and then a tune on Afrika Red. At this point, both are magnificent on this hero, and Sabilby has his pulse bomb. You can be pretty certain that he's going to be able to line this up, at least to avoid the shield. Finds it, and there we go. Reinforce goes down.
Wow.
You see the prowess.
Sabilby, time to hard carry, apparently. Man, insane play from Sabilby on this Tracer here so far.
Yeah.
They are rolling the Westworld stage.
You want to study Tracer play, you study Sabilby. You want to study Soldier, you study Nanohana. That's how it works in Korea.
Poor Gambler. He's relegated to payload duty.
Yeah.
Sorry, all right, everybody go for it and fight. And Lucio, you stay on the payload.
You know, just have an attack Zenyatta, and Lucio, you sit back.
Yep.
Entertain the agent with some music. Stop him from complaining, maybe. Tavik gonna throw out that attack Pfizer, but doesn't get a whole lot. It's able to take out Luna, actually, in the end. Looks like Misfits will be able to stop the push for now, although he's gonna have to recuperate. Sabilby gets killed right at the end. He's gonna be a ways behind the rest of his team. Nice hold by them, but 4 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Misfits really do have their work cut out for them if they want to take the second map.
Yes, they do. LW Blue making some changes. They're going to switch Janus over to the Winston now. Going for a little bit more dive as Flower is still on that Genji, of course.
Yeah, I mean, this is the full-blown dive comp coming through from LW.
Yep.
Flower,
goodbye Genji.
Yeah, tries to go in for the Dragon Blade, but gets taken out immediately. That's a crucial pickoff. Nicely done by Zebasai to really target him out.
Yeah.
So Yobi trying to build up towards that pulse bomb. Not able to find one yet.
Misfits holding for now.
Gets the ultimate up, but Tavik takes him out. So, yeah, Misfits, really strong hold.
Right away, they were ready for Flower coming in on that Genji. Luckily for Flower, he didn't actually pull the Dragon Blade out all the way before he died. He still got it to use. You know, Luna doesn't have that nano boost anymore, but they've got a couple other ults, so we'll see if they can kind of make it work.
Yeah, I mean, if we see Flower come in yet again for the Dragon Blade, could be a really crucial time for Reinforce to just land that massive Earth Shatter, lock him up, get the charge through,
right,
and just take him out. We can see Sabiobi poking in from the side. It's going to be looking for that big pulse bomb. If he can line it up. Dashing in, looking for the healers.
Coming in from behind.
And trying to get onto Nevix, works him down to about half HP. Can't take him out. And LW still lose multiple members. And attends and Sabiobi starting to duke it out here.
And that is
Tracer v Tracer.
Wow. Well, Reinhardt just kind of swings away in the middle of them. Manitons has that pulse bomb too. Misfits holding really strong in Westworld here.
Yep. Zebasai still a ways away from that Graviton Surge, 44%. Definitely want to be looking for that big bang. They're going to go ahead, drop the sound barrier. Memphis doesn't get called with that one. Throws out the pulse bomb, doesn't find anybody, but Zabe goes down, Zabe goes down rather. Meko comes up with a triple kill, and Flower is just slicing his way to victory. Takes out Reinforce.
Wow.
Just about the team kill. Yes, a team kill in the end comes through for LW Blue. And they should get a nice push out of this.
Yeah, Flower got in there with the Dragon Blade, and he got a lot of people low enough that Mako could just finish him off with D.Va. And that was a smooth team fight for LW Blue. That's what they wanted to have happen about, a minute ago. But Misfits able to buy themselves a lot of time here. Manitons now on the Roadhog. Vic swapping over. He's got the Nano Visor out. For one, Flower gets a kill on the Zeba side, though. And Misfits trying to push LW Blue back, but they're still charging forward. Vic has to back off.
Yeah, they're just going to keep pushing this right up toward that second checkpoint. See a lot of damage coming through from Janus. Just gets knocked out of that Primal Rage, trying to chase onto Vic. He will be able to back off towards that health pack. Meko, the only one on the payload at the moment, going to be losing that mech suit. Likely be taken out shortly here. Yeah. Now actually is able to retreat, but now has to play from Baby D.Va, try to get back into the mech as quickly as possible.
I really like the swap onto Roadhog that Maniton's doing. It's going to be great to catch the Tracer. Flower is already swapped off of the Genji. So it's having an effect. And where you need to kind of hold around this corner, I think Roadhog's going to be great. He's nearly got whole hog ready, too. In fact, Misfits on the verge of having a ton of ults to work with.
Yeah, you can see Sabiobi, he's going to match that swap as well, comes in onto the Roadhog zone. So moving over to pretty much his second biggest hero that he's been playing. Meko maybe looking for that self-destruct. If he could just get rid of that shield from Reinforce, would be able to come up with a multi-kill for sure.
Oh, they can't save Flower though. Good hook rather by Manitons.
Yeah, I mean it's these tiny crucial picks that Misfits is coming up with that is winning them this at the moment. It's 20 seconds left on the clock for LW. 2 ultimates to work with to the 4 of Misfits. It's looking pretty grim for them. They need to get onto that payload, shove it to the second checkpoint, and then still manage to basically make it all the way to the finish. Flower comes up with a kill on Tavik. That's a good way to start things off.
Nails him with the right-click combo. Flower coming in. Yeah, LW Blue. This is the push they need to make work. We are almost into OT. The Misfits on the verge of winning Hollywood here. Overtime begins. Flower comes in with the Tac Visor Reinforce. Drops Ear Shatter, but it is blocked. They get a couple kills, but it's looking like Luxury Watch Blue is going to be able to take this point B.
Yeah, here we
Flower
go.
just going nuts, man.
Moving forward. Yeah, it's just going to be a couple members of Misfits left alive. That will be the second checkpoint picked up.
Ugh. Brought him along for the ride. All right, well, Misfits only 100, only a minute 20 they have to wait for. Reinforce, sometimes Reinforce gets a little bit aggressive. on the Reinhardt there.
That is a little bit of an
once
understatement.
Once in a while, he gets a little bit ham.
I mean, granted, like he will be back alive before it matters, before it's really harmful.
That
like,
was a real reinforced moment, though.
Misfits is not going to be able to hold in that choke point, so I guess if anything, he did get a little bit more percentage built up towards his Earth Shatter, but that was still,
sure.
that was still a very silly thing to do.
Sure.
You're
play-by-play like me. You want to look for the silver lining. I get it. Tvik has attack visor up, looking for 2. He's got 2 already. Luna and Flower going down, tries to find him with the right click. Sabiolbi coming in, trying to get aggressive, just decides to escape. LW Blue having to reset. Misfits still holding strong, and only 30 seconds left for LW Blue to try to win this one.
They're going to have to stick to this and shove it all the way home if they want to win right here.
They've got a lot of ults to work with, but Zebasai has that Graviton Surge, which could end up being the difference between winning and losing. Going to try to get in from behind, throws it to floor, he gets him. It's going to slow them up quite a bit. Sound Barrier comes in. Can they get the kills? Biotic Grenade down there, no healing. There's Janice with a big Earth Shatter. Meko gets 2, and LW Blue keeps this push going.
Yeah, that's going to be 4 members of Misfits dead. Tvik now just the only one left alive as he's sprinting back in. The respawns will be coming through. They can still contest this. LW Blue, they have to stick to this payload like Blue. If they get knocked off of it, if they stray away from it, they will lose. They have to push this all the way to the finish. Just 3.86 meters left to go. Can they do it is the question. Reinforce goes low. He gets taken out by Janice. Gambler falls, however, on the side of LW. 2 members down for them as Meko will fall as well. Tvik with that nano boost and the tack visor doing some work.
Well,
Flower, he's firing back.
Sabiolbi made the swap over onto that Bastion, just trying to provide a lot of covering fire for his team, but he gets taken out by Tvik.
That's it.
That does not work very often. Misfits takes Hollywood, and we've got a tie series yet again.
Oh boy. What a comeback there for Misfits, really, after that rough start, after a complete server shutdown, where it looked like they had the immediate push. Misfits still able to come out on top on Hollywood.
Yeah.
That is such a crucial win for them. LW, it looked like they might have had it right there at the end, but the respawns weren't staggered enough to stop them from coming in with that defense.
Wow. So, Misfits ties it up. And I think we've got another good best of 5 on our hands. We'll see what LW Blue decides to pick for their next map. It is their choice of Assault map now. But before that, we're going to take a quick break, give everybody time to regroup.
To re-energize with HOT6.
That's right. Energized. You feel energized? I do. Man, what a great day of Overwatch to start off the league. Exciting games. More to come after this. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. And welcome back to OGN Apex Season 2, energized by HOT6. Doesn't matter. It's getting late at night here in Seoul, South Korea. I'm as energized as ever, Achilleos.
Oh, I'm super energized. I'm on my second HOT6 of the night.
Wow. Well, LW Blue versus Misfits. We'll see if they have. We'll see who has the most energy. I don't know. I'm already losing it, apparently. Either way, Misfits winning Hollywood.
At that point.
Assault map coming up. LW Blue gets to choose, and they're going to choose between Volskaya Industries and Temple of Anubis.
I think we'll probably see Temple of Anubis, but
Reinforced needs water. He needs to be reinforced with hydration.
He needs to be re-energized.
That's right. That wasn't HOT6. Reinforced, what are you drinking?
Oh, wow. I'm surprised it's actually going to be Volskaya.
Huh, okay.
I was thinking that it would be Temple of Anubis again.
To be fair, in Apex, we did see a lot more Volskaya Industries picked, I think, than we did in a lot of other tournaments around the world. It's a map that gets a lot of flack, of course, but here in Korea, we do see it played pretty often.
Yeah, I get it all the time in my solo queue.
that does happen, too.
It's like I just have to wonder if there are any other maps in existence.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, but I mean, this will be an interesting one to see how these teams are going to approach this, because you always have some interesting comps to start things off on defense.
It's going to be awesome either way. Map 3, let's do it. All right, welcome to Volskaya Industries. I guess they just put those tops onto every building around here.
All the buildings look the same.
You know what? I would like to have my house have a top like that. That'd be cool. I could put a telescope in it, or I could make it into like a cool circular gaming room, or like that would be a cool like VR room, you know? Turn that big circular room into like a big VR thing. Make it like the holodeck in StarCraft. Well, exceptually, I wouldn't want to make it like the holodeck in StarCraft because that thing is always breaking. You ever notice that? The only time they ever have the holodeck on StarCraft, something goes wrong with it. I think they should just replace that room with like a closet or something.
Probably be better utilized.
It'd be safer. Well, LW Blue is now red as they are on the attack. And we'll see what it looks like. Looks like we might see a bit of diving. Gambler on that Winston. Sibyobi can certainly dive deep with that Tracer. Misfits on the defense with a bit more standard of a composition here. Playing with the good old-fashioned triple tank. And we'll see who takes it. Here we go.
All right, Sibyobi going to be starting things off with Tracer. Immediately gets hit by that biotic grenade. So that'll stop him a little bit in his tracks.
That's a good little delay.
Misfits going to be trying to hold this choke. Gambler looking for an opening. Interesting to see Gambler coming in on the Winston. But
yeah, waiting for
down.
Misfits to move up and then comes over the wall on top.
Took a hell of a lot of damage, so he has to heal back.
Yeah. Get
bumped back up here by Luna. Sibyobi trying to build up towards that pulse bomb. It's about halfway there, but surprisingly, Neko and Luna are really beating him to the punch there as far as ultimates is concerned. Self-destruct is already available.
Yeah. Man, that is really fast for D.Va to build that up. Meko goes down now, so he's going to have to wait a little while to use it as LW Blue takes the high ground. But Zebasai stopping the attack for the moment. You don't really want to go in 5v6. Oh! And they lose Flower too. So LW Blue, yeah, they're going to have to back away. And this push is starting to get a little bit dangerous as Misfits could try to cut them off. And I think they may try to do that.
You see Janus trying to make his way out of here. It's actually going back in.
Man. This is such a bad split spawn right now.
Yeah.
Misfits.
Pretty rough.
LW Blue trying to jump on the point anyway. But Janus does go down right away. And they're going to go at Nano Boost Gambler. Wow, they're going in. LW Blue getting aggressive as they drop Reinforce.
Yeah, Meko building up towards that self-destruct. And
it works.
3 members going down. Misfits in a bit of a rough spot. Gambo jumping forward doesn't really find much.
Yeah.
Benefits does get the hook in and pops the mech. Mecco, but pays forward with his life, and that's going to be a pretty swift cap on point A here by LW Blue. But
Yeah,
Misfits, they have a good amount of ultimates here.
They have a lot of ults right now, but they also have 6 minutes to contend with in terms of defending point B. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the best point Bs to defend in the entire game, but it still is a lot of time to try to hold that.
They're going to have to try to space these out so that they constantly have, 1 to 2 ultimates available, because if they dump them all at the same time, LW, they could just, recuperate, come back in, and likely come up with the victory.
Oh, you're right. I mean, it's a situation where a team's ultimate efficiency really becomes important. And teams like Africa Blue last season were teams that were really good at that, never using any more than they absolutely had to. Let's see how Misfits does.
Let's see, Yobi looking for the opening, tosses out the pulse bomb, finds Civic, but I mean that's a pretty crucial target as far as LW Blue is concerned. Big Graviton Surge coming through. Earthshatter lands on a reinforce only by the look of things. Mana boost coming out.
Well, Flower on the point right now, and Sibiobi and the rest of LW Blue getting the kills they want. They may actually be able to claim this pretty fast. Can they contest with the respawn? Civic going down again before he has a chance to use Tac Visor. And Manatin's coming in with whole hog blazing, but it's not going to do enough. Zebaside falls, and LW Blue just crushes on Volskaya.
Good Lord. 5 minutes on the clock. They took that in a minute.
That was very fast. Well,
Misfits had all of those ultimates.
Yeah.
And it just didn't matter. That
just
getting
fell
that
apart.
getting that opening pick onto the Vic. I mean, usually, if you're playing Tracer, you have that pulse bomb, you want to go for that big crowd, try to get as many people as possible, but when you have a DPS as crucial for a team as Vic is for Misfits, if you could just take him out by himself, that's pretty worth.
Well, I think you also have to give a lot of credit to Sibiolbi as well, and not just always being the Tracer that's like, haha, you can't hit me, but also being the Tracer that sneaks into the back line and finds those picks from angles that you don't really see coming. And it really was that kind of stealthy move that set LW Blue up for that winning fight.
I mean, it was just really good communication because, from the Misfits perspective, you had all of LW Blue wrapping around the right-hand side of the map. Flanking you from that position.
From the defender's perspective.
When you have 5 people advancing on you, it's really hard to discern whether or not Sabiolbi is one of them. And then he just comes in from the backside, takes out Vic, and then just blows open the fight for LW.
There's an easy rule to follow, Achilleos, and that is Tracer is always coming from the back or the flank. She's always there, man. Especially when you least expect it. It's going to stick a bomb to you.
It's probably a better way to think about things.
She's kind of sadistic that way.
You'll never be surprised.
Well, LW Blue on the defense now. It looks like we may go back to the pharmacy once again for Misfits. Manatin's on the Widowmaker too, and Tivik on the Genji. We might be going super crazy dive here.
This would be one of the most bizarre comps I've seen in quite some time. And looks like they actually might be advancing with this. Yeah, Manatin's going to be coming in on the Widowmaker, trying to find a snipe.
This comp is called Pick City. Because, man, if you can't get picks with Genji, Pharmacy, and Widowmaker, I don't know what you can do at that point. Oh, I love this, man.
Everyone's coming around the left-hand side. LW is going to be holding up on the top right side. Oh! Manatin's beautiful headshot on the Sabiobi instantly takes him out.
That is exactly what they needed, man. They need the picks to come in, and they got it.
What
really,
a flick.
Really good angle of approach. And, yeah, catching that Tracer, that was so sick.
That was filthy.
That was beautiful.
Good God. Now Zebasai getting jumped on. Has to get popped back up here by Nevix. Of course,
Misfits
go down, trying to come back in.
Misfits coming back with a vengeance here. Oh, another
there we
pick.
go.
All right. Echo does go down. Zebasai trying to give his Widowmaker just a little bit of more space to breathe.
Flower trying to stay alive. Looks like he is able to for the time being. Zombie does get taken out by Sabiobi, who's rejoined.
Oh, wow, smackdown.
And there we go. But a big res actually comes out from Nevix.
Yep.
Pops him back up, reinforced, gonna go down yet again.
Oh, can't quite land it this time.
Oh, trying to...
Oh, NA aim,
desperately trying to get it.
Sniper battle.
Yep.
And Mantins can't quite finish it off. Are you kidding me? LW Blue somehow, some way holds that. Sabiolbi gets the last-minute pick on Mantins for good measure. I did not think LW Blue was going to be able to hold that.
I mean, fortunately for Misfits, they did get double ticks on the cap, so they don't have to spend too much time on the point to take it. But they still need to be able to shove off LW Blue. And looks like they're actually not swapping up anything. Mantins is still coming back in on the Widowmaker, throws up that infra sight, kick things off.
I think you can certainly do it this way. It was working okay. Like you said, they got 2 ticks on the control meter. Oh, that's a really good angle for Farah right there.
Yeah,
a lot of good damage.
Needs to try to get in here with that rocket barrage, but he gets taken out immediately. Flower just throwing out the Helix rockets, gets rid of that threat immediately.
He was definitely ready.
Chased on, finds Sabiolbi yet again, down to 6 HP. He will fall. Meko hounds him down, but Tavik coming in with a Dragon Blade, finding multiple targets, finishing off Janus with those stars.
And if they can take Mako out, that's going to probably get them the point, but it takes so long to finish off this D.Va. Looks like they're going to get it, though. Yeah, LW Blue, smart to not contest it at this point. So 5:21 for Misfits. Still a good amount of time, but not quite the 6 minutes that LW Blue had. They're going to have to take this one fast, though.
Yeah, they need to work in here as quickly as they can, but the problem is they don't really have any ultimates to deal with. Meko has the self-destruct that can zone them off the point. They have the tact visor there from Flower, and Luna almost has that nano boost. So LW Blue, they're going to have a hell of a lot more to work with. But if Benetons can keep getting picks like that, they'll be in a damn good spot. He goes down to 8 HP, has to pop up, get the health pack.
Well,
Meanwhile, Tavik is
Zebasai, man,
all up on top of the point.
Here. Yeah. So many different angles of approach here for Misfits right now. That's what makes this triple DPS so dangerous. Zebasai takes out Janus at the end, right as Janus finishes him off. Meanwhile, Reinforce finds himself outside the D.Va suit, and so Misfits will have to reset here.
Goodbye, Cruel World.
Yep. Take a swim.
It's just the life of baby D.Va.
Yep, jumping into the frozen river. If we were Minnesota, though, people would be having fun doing that. It's true.
We did the polar bear plunge in New Jersey.
I would not want to do that myself.
I'm
not a fan.
I mean, it's already cold enough outside here.
Exactly.
I don't need to be jumping and submerging myself in water at the same time. Plus, I'm cold and I have sand in between my toes. I already told you how much I hate the beach, Doa.
Yeah. Say no more. Manton's backing away. There's a charge coming in. Reinforce does go down. Nano boost onto Janus. Throwing up that shield now to keep his team safe. And LW Blue seem to have stabilized in a pretty big way here. Misfits going to need to make some changes, and they do. Manitons, of course, over on the Roadhog now to Vic, as we saw on the Soldier 76. Zebasai and the D.Va's Reinforce takes up the mantle of Reinhardt. Dava still on Lucio.
Misfits have a bit of a window here. There's no ultimates available on the side of LW. Janus is stacking up fairly quickly for an Earth Shatter. Yep. But there's a sound barrier as well as a nano boost. If they can just throw that onto Reinforce and get the charge in, maybe connect on somebody, that could be pretty crucial. Manaton's really big hook, getting rid of that mech from Meko. And Janus is down. This is the opening that Misfits needs. They pop that sound barrier. It's going to go ahead and expire. Tavik has attack visor ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what they were looking for right now. And can they hold it? Gambler up on the high ground. Try to just keep contesting. He's going to jump down, buy some time for Seaman to come back. Gets hooked, though.
Yeah, they have the first tick. Meko is buying a bit of time, flies up into the air. Big Earth Shatter coming through from Janus. There's the flame strike. Manaton's going to get hit by that pulse bomb, and he goes down. LW going to try to reclaim this one. Luna finds the point blank shot on the Zebasai, takes him out. And LW Blue, they will be able to hold Misfits, only finding the first tick.
That's the thing about Janus on this Reinhardt, is that you really see this guy land a lot of good Earth Shatters that you don't expect coming. He's very crafty about when he uses it. His timing is impeccable on it. In my opinion, definitely one of the best Reinhardts in Korea.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
We saw it right there. So Tavik still has the tactical visor available. And we'll see if they go in with it. You have to worry about Sabiolbi here on the high ground, trying to dive him off. They've got Diana to deal with as well, D.Va to deal with as well. Oh, he goes down, and LW Blue just really kind of scattering Misfits. They've got a lot of ults left, though.
I mean, look at this. They're just shoving them back towards the spawn. Minute and a half just about here for Misfits to try to push back in. And they're just getting picked off and staggered left and right.
Uh-oh. All right, Zebasai taken out.
This is not a good position to be in. Misfits, they need to just basically dump all of their ultimates out and try to push in.
Well, you know, they're going to have 5 really soon. They're going to have everything but the sound barrier. So a little bit of delay. They can bide their time. They can maybe make a good push here. They have like 2 more good fights. If they use all their ults, though, that's going to be about it. They got to go now.
Yeah, Reinforce needs to basically land the Earth Shatter to end all Earth Shatters. And Janus has been so good about blocking them this whole time.
Sabiobi just tried to land his ultimate up on the high ground, but didn't really catch anybody with it. It was a self-destruct.
Right.
Oh, he got reinforced. Oh, man, that's bad.
Oh, that is
Reinhardt.
such a crucial loss.
And there goes Tvik. LW Blue holding strong, and they may just take Volskaya right here.
Yeah, Zebazai has to back off, and yet again, LW fearlessly pushing forward, the wall off, coming through to just lock them in. Zave jumping around as best as he possibly can to keep himself alive, but Misfits not a whole lot you can do if you're Misfits right now.
They didn't use any ults, though, so they have one last desperation push to go. Oh, but a nice wall from Flower. Yeah, they split up some people. Reinforce will go down. Earth Shatter comes in for the follow-up, and LW Blue is going to crush Misfits. They're not even going to get a chance to use a lot of those ults. And with just 15 seconds remaining, it's going to be impossible. And Misfits not going to win this one. They will go down 1-2 to LW Blue and find themselves behind in this series yet again.
Yeah, I mean, you have the Blizzard that can be thrown down. Reinforce going to go ahead and get nano boosted, but the wall from May is there to deny. And that is going to be the map going over to LW Blue 2-1.
Wow.
Match point for these guys.
Well, it's gotten interesting. LW Blue, you know, this is one that we really could, we said it could really go either way. Both these teams looking good coming into it. You know, Misfits on the basis of their individual talent, on their potential, which I think in this match, although they are behind, they're looking better than an IEM Gyeonggi at least. But LW Blue, you know, the team that won IEM Gyeonggi, certainly showing us why.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'll admit this is significantly closer than I thought it was going to be. Admittedly, I thought Misfits, and again, it was, you know, I hadn't really seen them with this roster practiced, but they are putting up a stronger fight than I expected. Not so much there on Volskaya, but, you know, on Hollywood, on Ilios, it's been very close. So it's still a very strong potential that we get pushed to 5 maps.
I mean, they're certainly looking better, but they're just not looking like they have everything firing on all cylinders just yet. They've got a choice here between Watch Point Gibraltar and Dorado, so we'll see which they go with for the escort map.
Let's see, we saw Gibraltar earlier on.
Yeah, will be
and
Gibraltar once again.
All right.
Okay.
No Dorado today.
Not today. All right, interesting that you see more people winning, starting out defensively here. It's not something you see a lot on these escort maps, but again, I wonder if the sample size is really all that big. Kind of doubt it is.
Yeah, probably not.
But this is it, man, for Misfits. They've got to win here to go on in this match. Otherwise, they are going to find themselves the losers here in their very first match in Apex.
Yeah. I mean, we saw how crucial this map was for Envious in their set earlier today. See if Misfits, if it's going to work to their advantage just as well.
Yep. All right, here we go, guys. Watch Point Gibraltar, Misfits versus LW Blue. Let's see who takes it. All right, Watch Point Gibraltar, the hidden base that waves a big flag showing who's there.
Here's a secret.
Yeah.
No one will know what this flag means.
Nobody really knows what that rotating thing is there. Maybe it's like just a futuristic cell phone
It's,
thing.
sometimes you just need to put something there because it looks cool, man.
A big rotating metal donut.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, who knows what Winston's up to there? He could be building anything.
I mean, he's had years of
Isolation.
loneliness and isolation.
Can drive someone crazy, I've heard. Building shields, rockets, and who knows?
maybe actually none of what we're seeing actually exists. So this is all in Winston's head. He's dreaming of a time since past.
It is time. It is time to call upon the ancient gods,
We must
the
summon-
forces of old, the eldritch power to deliver LW Blue the victory here.
Trying to bring about the 7th coming of Vishnu.
As Zenyatta would say, death is whimsical today. He's a creepy guy, that Zenyatta.
Yeah. All Omnics are creepy. Down with Omnics.
Nutcracker skin certainly does not help.
No, it doesn't. That face is horrifying.
I love the Zenyatta, though, on offense here.
Oh. Not quite going to connect.
Yep. That's right. You can, again, we talked about this before, you can contest some of the defenders on the high ground in this hangar area, or pre-hangar area, I should say, after you push it through car wash.
Looks like Misfits are going to go ahead, peel back immediately, though. Don't want to stick around for too long after seeing how aggressively LW Blue is going to come out the game.
Yep.
They'll just be defending just beyond that underpass. If we can find any picks here. Vic is really going to be on him with the Soldier 76 to come up with the kills.
All right. Flower on the Genji this time around.
Going back over to this one.
Yep.
And now Misfit's going to have to be poking back out to try to contest onto this payload. Nice hook coming through onto Janus, works him down to about half HP. He's able to make it out.
Trying to push defensively out of security is a bit of an awkward spot to be in. Janus takes out Zebasai too. A little bit worried about Misfits here. They're losing a couple people, and Sibyobi getting the kills here. Yeah, somehow, some way, Misfits found themselves in a very awkward spot defensively, and LW Blue taking full advantage of that. If you're not working that high ground on the defense on point A here, you're going to find yourself giving that one up pretty quick.
Yeah, really nicely done there by Sibyobi. Like coming through, denying that hook, and they take out Manitens, and LW Blue might just have a really firm push coming through. Reinforced going down yet again, and Flower got that Dragon Blade ready to go, hasn't had to pop it yet.
Well, the unfortunate thing is for Misfits, by losing that fight right before point A was taken, they don't get as good of a defensive position on top of the hangar.
Yeah.
They're getting it now. It's getting a little bit better, but it's a little while
I mean,
to
they
set
have
up.
to make their way in here. Flower is coming down from above with that Dragon Blade. They also have Luna with the Transcendence, trying to keep him alive.
Yep.
Big heal deny comes out, but Flower able to come up with a kill onto Devik, gets taken out in the end by Nevix. A nice answer from the Ana player, but LW Blue, they're still keeping this payload moving.
Yeah, Luna does go down. I thought he'd be able to save a few more people with that Transcendence, but not quite in the right position, I suppose. Sibyobi gets hooked, taken out by Devik on the 76. And Misfits with a lot of ults to try to hold this now. Soon to have 4 here. Zaved not too far away on the Lucio as well. And so LW Blue, you can see them changing things up a little bit here. Janus now on the Reinhardt. Flower swapping over to the Soldier 76.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to shift some things around. Don't really have any ultimates to try to play with. Misfits have a plethora of those.
Yeah. Oh, they're going down. Reinforced going in with that Winston, keeping them bottled up. Vic has that tac visor if LW Blue ever does break free.
Nope. Okay.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yep.
It's okay. We have a new hook coming in soon, though.
That's right. That'll be interesting. Very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how a lot of these players work around that one, or how they utilize it. The Gilby's definitely one of the ones that I'm interested in seeing. Janiso getting hit from behind by Tvik. Gonna go down to about half HP. Gets popped back up by Luna.
Oh,
and LW, yeah, they just knocked down 3 members of Misfits.
Oh, Tvik just can't quite finish off these kills. He's gotten some people low, but he's the only one, and that's certainly damage that LW Blue can heal through. And that's one of those situations where you're the Soldier 76, you're just sitting back there being like, come on, guys. Can't do all the damage. Here we go again.
Reinforced coming in, pops that Primal Rage, try to push them away from the payload, stop them from capping this 3rd point, at least for a bit longer. Tvik has that attack visor coming through with the nano boost. Can't really get much done. Is able to take out Sepiobi, but gets locked down. That's going to be the self-destruct coming through. Doesn't actually find any kills of its own. Going to be some trading back and forth on both sides. Pretty much a stalemate on top of the payload, but it looks like Misfits might actually be inching out ahead.
They should hold for the moment. LW Blue charging back, but they're going to be short-handed. Come here, Diva. Manitens with the kill there.
Really nice flick hook coming through from Manitens.
Yep, and so LW Blue will have to sort of regroup. Misfits finds a bit of stability as the payload starts moving back.
Yeah, 2.76, I believe, meters remaining there, but now with the rollback, let's see how far this can go. LW, you have to expect that with 2 minutes on the clock, they'll be able to cap this.
Yeah.
But it'd be pretty damn impressive by Misfits if they could hold off on the second point.
Yeah, Engines has that whole hog. He can push people off the payload and get that moving if he wants to. Oh, but not if he's sleeping. Gets hooked, brought down to the enemy team, hit with a biotic grenade, and somehow does he actually escape? Are you kidding me? No. I was going to say, Zebasai with a kill there onto him. I was going to be pretty surprised if that Roadhog made it out.
Yeah, that would have been pretty crazy and pretty disappointing by Misfits if they were not able to finalize that one. They do get it in the end, and they'll keep the rollback going on this payload.
This is pretty big for Misfits, actually. They've burned a lot of time off of the time bank for LW Blue, and that third stage here on Gibraltar is so hard to push down anyway. If you started out with a short time bank, you're in trouble.
He's going to have an exchange of sleep darts coming.
He's an old man. He needs his naps. It's okay.
Meko has that self-destruct, and he's hooked in by Menitence. A lot of damage coming through. Does he want to just go ahead and pop this one? Looks like he might just have to. Here comes Flower. Nano boosted with attack visor, fighting multiple targets. Meko pops two with the self-destruct. Zebosai answers with one on the Gambler, but it doesn't matter. The push comes through. LW Blue finally finds that second checkpoint. Yeah. They're going to start rolling towards the third and final. 2 minutes on the clock for them. No ultimates available. Pretty close to on either side. Reinforce and Zabe, I guess, are pretty close, but Zebasai and Nevix, they have a way to go.
Well, they really found that perfect combo where you put the soldier with the attack visor on one side and the Diva ult on the other side. And the Reinhardt has to kind of make a...
Oh boy.
He has no good decisions to make.
Flower still somehow staying alive, jumps on the Manifest. Can he come up with a kill? Usually is able to do so with the help of Meko. Miraculously not going down. Will pop the mech of Zebasai as well. Excellent play coming out on Flower on this soldier. And the payload just keeps on moving. Reinforce doing what he can to try to contest it. Gets a pin on the Meko to pop the mech.
You know, and that's another moment where I think Reinforce may have moved a little bit too far forward there. You don't need to contest the payload by yourself right there. Better to just fall back, regroup with your team. It would have been, you know, it would have been tough to walk back with the shield, I suppose, but it's
just more harm than good, really, in that.
Reinforce is an aggressive guy. Put that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, now it's going to be that Earth Shatter standoff between both of these Reinhardts. Shield going down. Janice loses his, gets hooked in.
Misfits with the ult advantage for the moment. LW Blue equalizing, though, very quickly.
Janice going low, hooked in forward. Onto Manitance, they take him out. It's going to be the sound barrier coming through. Earth Shatter thrown out. Nice block by Janice, denying Reinforces. Flower with his high ground is going to get the nano boost. And he's just firing away. Has to duck back, make sure he doesn't get hit by that self-destruct. And meanwhile, LW Blue, they're able to push in. They do finish.
That, you know, it was just another great combo at the end. The Earth Shatter from Janice, opening up the ability for Flower to use that tactical visor with really very little opposition. And when you get that 76 ulting at the end of Gibraltar, there's really not a lot you can do to defend if you don't have the shield up.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if we've actually seen Reinforce land an Earth Shatter while Janice still has his shield, like, available to him. And he's been so clean on bringing up the shield in time to block those Earth Shatters time and time again.
Yeah. Janice is such a good Reinhardt.
Yeah, I mean, we've had like two really good Korean Reinhardts today. Breck is also a pretty solid one, you know, moving into Apex. Saw him spam that entirely through the promotion tournament and still showing off his prowess on that hero.
Yeah. Well, LW Blue is certainly putting Misfits in a tough spot right now. They need to finish Watchpoint Gibraltar if they want to have any hope to continue on in this best of 5. If they can't push it all the way to the end of point 3, they will lose.
Yep. Could just be a 3-1 victory here for LW Blue to close out the first night of Apex Season 2.
Yeah. Wow. LW Blue setting up defensively. Pretty standard triple tank comp, it looks like. Flower, of course, on the high ground. With that 76. Is it time? Is it time once again?
I really hope
powers. Not quite. All right. Last round is enough, I guess.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about, is it time for Zebasai to bring out the Widowmaker?
Well, yeah, that'd be great, too. Nevix on the Zenyatta.
Something that Zebasai showed off at, I believe it was DreamHack Winter, where they actually won that tournament, 3-2 to Fnatic in the final. Yep. Granted, that was without reinforcing Tvik on the roster, but A win is a win.
Yep, here we go.
We'll be sticking with this one. So Zebasai coming in, but immediately gets hooked in, and boy.
That is a rough start for Zebasai, man.
Not at all how you want things to go. So Sebiobi able to come up with that kill. Nicely done by him. Getting that pretty crucial pick off. So it's going to give a lot of lastability to that Reinhardt shield. Yep.
And Vic battling it out on that Genji.
I guess longevity is the word. Lastability is not really.
Hey man, we're casters. We can invent any word we want. Lastability, I'll put it in the dictionary, man. I can do that.
All right, thanks. I always say if LOL is in the dictionary, the Merriam-Webster dictionary, then I can make up the words.
Lastability, I think, can totally be in there. Don't worry about it. Zai is still looking for some opportunities here. Oh, but he's going to get taken down again. This Widowmaker has been handled very nicely by LW Blue so far.
Yeah, this is the complete opposite highlight reel that Zebasai wants to establish on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, it's definitely not a highlight reel if you're constantly dying.
I think it could be a highlight reel of him dying, I guess.
It's not.
There's a
not
subreddit there's a subreddit called Watch May Die, and it's nothing but a collection of May dying.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I like the idea of that. Nevix, oh boy, Transcendence. Here comes Tavik with the Dragon Blade. There goes Tavik, courtesy of Sibilby. Transcendence used.
Yeah, just gets popped immediately. Can't find anything. Meanwhile, Flower just starts ripping through. Beautiful Helix Rocket to connect onto Zave. That's a quad picked up for him.
Yeah.
And LW, you can see fiercely just shoving up towards that spawn, chasing everybody back in, and then they'll just peel right back into this underpass.
You don't have Reinhardt. The other team has a 76 assaulting. Things are going to go badly.
Yeah, I think it's time for Misfits to swap off of this. Zebasai has just been getting picked time and time again with this Widowmaker.
Misfits is really trying to make this dive comp work, but it just has not found success so far.
It just seems like they're being very stubborn over this at the moment.
It does seem a bit stubborn at the end here. Yeah.
That was a nice headshot, but
he lives.
It's just going to be healed back up. Menaten's finally doing some work here with this Tracer. Finds two. Takes out Janice and Flower. Zebasai goes down yet again. Reinforce, able to take out Luna. This could be an opening for Misfits to push back forward and actually get onto the payload. So he'll be doing what he can to stave them off, shoving them back with that whole hog, but he gets taken out. Self-destruct coming down right into the underpass. Won't find anybody as Meko does go down. And Misfits finally find some quality time with the payload.
Well, they've got some ultimates to use now if they want. Vic popping out the Dragon Blade, has to reflect immediately. Finds one, takes out Janice. That's enough. You know, without that shield, LW Blue does have to fall back. And looks like they may give Misfits this point here.
Yeah, that should be the cap coming in. Oh, no, they're going to try to hold this one. Meko comes in, jumps right on top of it.
Wow, and that's going to cause a sound barrier to come out. Man. That is a lot to commit here as LW Blue comes back in. Again, Janice with the Earth Shatter. Picks up the kill under Reinforce. And LW Blue, I thought they were going to maybe give that one up, but it was just a bit of regrouping, and they come back strong.
Yeah, I mean, Meko was able to make his way through. Nevix goes down. They're really staggering a lot of these kills. So the respawns for Misfits, this is going to be so detrimental for them. Two members still respawning, less than 30 seconds on the clock.
It's 30 seconds left right now. I think Misfits is in a lot of trouble here if they want to win this map, because not only do they need to take point A, but they still need to push it all the way to the end. Remember, they need 3 points just to tie LW Blue on Gibraltar right now.
Yep. And Zebasai, if it comes down to him being the last man standing, not who you want to be contesting that payload with. On the Widowmaker, trying to find some picks in onto Sebiobi. He goes low. He actually goes down. Menaten finds the kills. He swapped over to the Reaper. Transcendence thrown out by Misfits. They try to push in. Zebasai going to get jumped on, works his way down towards the payload, but he goes down, and that's going to be a Primal Rage pop from Flower, who swapped over to the Winston. Self-destruct, tossed out. Not going to come up with anything. But Misfits struggling to get on top of this payload. Tavik goes in with the Dragon Blade, finds one as he takes out Gambler. Goes low though, a couple more hits will take him out. There we go, Meko finds it, and that is gonna be it. LW Blue. Overtime ticks down, and they come up with the win. 3-1 victory over top of Misfits.
Wow, well, the IM Gungi champions coming in looking like champions here in our second match of the day on day one of Apex Season 2. Handling Misfits fairly easily there on Gibraltar. It was a fairly close first couple maps, but I would say if you go back to Volsky, you know, things really kind of turned around, and I think we saw, you know, who right now is a better team.
Yeah. Really strong performance by these guys coming out the gate. Misfits did put up a bit of a fight there on the first 2 maps, but I mean, coming into Volskaya, coming into Gibraltar, LW Blue kind of rolled all over them.
You know, and Misfits, again, you look at this team, you've got a lot of talent on this team. And you've got
absolutely.
a lot of, I think you've got a lot of personalities that can work very well together, but they're just so new. It's a new squad. I really hope we don't see any, drastic changes or anything. I want to see what this team looks like in, like, another couple weeks yet.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, there's no reason to think that this loss here against LW Blue, who is one of the best teams, not only in Korea, but in the world.
Probably the best team in Korea.
Yeah, at this point, probably the best team in Korea, as you said. There's no reason to think that this loss against LW Blue is indicative of the performance of Misfits moving forward. They do have a very tough group, but that's not to say that they won't find success and they won't make it out of the group into playoffs.
Well, I think they certainly look better than they did at IM Gyeonggi.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. LW Blue, though, man, what a team. I mean, what a huge collection of talent here. And Sibyobi and Flower, epic DPS pair. And Janice and Mako, of course, are tanks. Janice is quickly growing to be one of my favorite Reinhardts to watch.
Yeah. I mean, Meko as well coming in his diva play, kind of reminiscent of that of Mickey's as well on that similar level.
True.
So, I mean, overall, LW Blue, they have patched together a pretty wonderful roster with Flower coming in.
It's going to be really interesting going forward in this tournament because, we know that patch is going to happen at some